Hello, you are listening to Quotal Recall, a panel show podcast where we find out how well the contestants know their favourite cult movies. And this episode we're doing Aliens. My name's Ben Askham, I'm the quizmaster, and with me tonight, contestant 1 is Tom Nicholson. Hello, Tom.
Hello, good evening.
Just as a little warm-up, Tom,
Yes.
why don't you summarise the first act of the movie?
Oh, Jesus.
Quickly.
I'm on the spot.
Quick summary.
On the spot, why don't you? The first act.
When was the last time you watched it, Tom?
I watched it I did watch it a couple of weeks ago, but only 30% of it. And then
The first act then?
Yeah, I did watch the first act. But I think it's when they find Ripley in the ship, is it?
Come on.
I can't remember.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then what? They find Ripley.
And then they tell her that it's been like 50 years that she's been out floating about. Mm-hmm. And that her daughter's fucking grown up and died.
In the special edition, yeah.
But she's still got a cat.
Mm-hmm.
And that people wear shirts and funny collars on their jackets. She has a few meetings with people about some shit, and they're just like they don't believe her story about the aliens.
He's doing well.
And then they say to her that she can't. They revoke her license. They take her license off her.
It's coming back to him.
Oh, they lose contact with the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much the first bit.
Yeah. Let's move on. Contestant number 2. Richard Thompson, or as we'll be referring to him for the rest of the night, Farrell.
Oh, hey.
Please summarise Act 2.
What?
Collars. Go from collars.
Go from the collars.
Is Burke has that collar?
Yeah, so Ripley makes the decision that to overcome her fear, she's going to go back down and encounter the forces. She goes along on with the Marines. We get the introduction of these guys. We get a briefing, and it turns out that no one gives a shit about the aliens. Everyone's like super pumped to go and fight, except Ripley, because she knows what's down there. As a drop sequence, as they get like deployed to the planet, they go into the medical wing, I believe. Find nothing, and then we get the inciting incident. Like Newt appears out of nowhere, young girl. Ripley bonds with her, and then at that point, they go, "Oh, we found all the colonists. They're in processing." Bang! End of Act 1.
Nice. You can tell he's a budding screenwriter, can't you?
Budding.
He knows exactly where Act 1 finishes.
Tell he's a fucking nerd.
Sorry.
But what happens in Act 2, Farrell?
Super quick, Act 2.
Oh, all right. As they get further into the process plant, they come across a colonist. Ripley immediately knows what's up. She knows what's about to happen. We, the audience, know what's about to happen. The Marines don't. Chest burst comes out. Aliens emerge from the walls. Cool action sequence. Plot point 1, Ripley comes bursting in. She takes control of the situation, comes in the vehicle. And then we get down to we need to get off this planet and evac. And that leads us to the Act 2 midpoint, the point no going back, in which they call down the dropship. And there's an alien on the dropship. And ship explodes. We know. I say, I guess we're not leaving now. No, you're fucking not. You're stuck here. So what is it? 17 days. And then they bunker down. Depending on which one you're watching, you get the cool scene with the guns. They hold out. They learn from each other. Ripley learns how to use a gun. Vasquez and Hudson become friends. Gorman wakes up.
What was the name?
Vasquez. Yeah.
It just didn't sound like it.
And then eventually, you think, oh right, they might actually pull this off, but then no, they cut the power. They find a way in. I've missed out the facehug a bit, where they find out that Burke was, about to fuck everyone over.
The company man.
The company man was about to screw everyone over. And just as they're about to give him his final punishment, aliens attack. Final scene leads into the end of Act 2 with Newt being kidnapped and just Hicks and Ripley left alive.
And contestant number 3, Michael Cook.
Ahoy.
Cookie, tell us about Act 3.
Oh, dear. Right, so where was we at with Farrell's description?
So Newt's
just gone AWOL.
Yeah.
And then we're left with the surrogate mother and father, Hicks and Ripley, who decide to fly off in a blaster and then nuke it from orbit. And then there's a jurisdiction thing. But that's the plan. They go forth with the plan. Then there's a bit with a lift. You get a James Bond scene where she changes out of your tuxedo into a badass stealth gear.
She's fucking rad.
And then she goes down there. Basically, she has a bit of a face-off, we are introduced for the first time to the Queen alien. And we have a nice little face-off where Ripley promptly decides, I'm going to kill your kids.
Yeah.
And then
Fuck you.
Queen's pretty pissed off. Ripley thinks she's got out of it. Bishop kindly, again, saves her. And then we all think we're all done. Hicks is burned, inexplicably burned, and therefore knocked out.
Acid burn.
It's not burned through his skull and his brain and killed him, but it's enough just to put him to sleep.
He's out of action.
Yeah, it's annoying. Hicks is great. Anyway, get back. Queen done snuck on board.
Sneaky.
Then we have the ultimate scene, really, of the whole movie. But before that, Ripley makes a choice decision to go, Newt, go down into the grates. I'm going to run through here and lock the door in perfect safety. And then whilst she buggers off and gets ready for a big, like, you know, who's number 30 at the Royal Rumble, Newt has to basically fight a queen, like running around scratching. But anyway, Ripley comes out, delivers a badass line, seals it with a win. They go and get into cryo sleep, but only Ripley will wake up. But that's going movie too far.
Excellent. My money's probably on Farrell or Cookie after that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Farrell killed it. No, Farrell killed it. He actually knew the points of the story.
Yeah.
I believe I've got no chance.
I did like how you were skipping over it, and then as soon as you got to the power loader bit, you went to full detail because you loved that scene.
That's the one I recognise
it is.
most.
Yeah.
It's like, that's burned into my memory as a kid.
I'm not feeling confident with this one at all. Not against you two fuckers, man. You've like changed the game now. You've ruined it for me. I can't just bumble along now. It sounds like you two know what you're talking about.
It might be funny, just the fact that these two are nailing it and you're like, don't know, man.
I'm not going to be that bad, man. I know the movie. I'm going to get some stuff.
Apparently not after your Act 1 breakdown.
Get fucked.
After my gorgeous, there's a bit with a lift. You know, what did you
It
have?
was a new segment. He's just chucked that in there. He's never done that before. That's never happened before.
I've never been here before.
Yeah, it was different. You two have never been here before.
Got another question for you guys. Do you like podcasts?
Yes.
Yeah, no,
Do you like British people?
No.
No, I don't mind them.
Do you like a independent DIY, go and produce your own thing spirit?
I do.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, well, if you are interested in that kind of thing, you should check out the Britpod scene on Twitter or via the website,
Boom.
where you'll find a listing of many independently made British podcasts.
Nice.
I've asked a couple of the guys from there to write in a little question, just for a little bit of a warm-up for the start.
Brilliant.
Let's go first with the guys from TV in Space.
Hello and welcome to TV in Space.
This isn't our podcast.
Sorry, just see a microphone and think, I've got to talk. Introduce our show. Anyway, this is Ian
I'm Phil.
from TV in Space. Aliens, what a great film. So we've got a couple of questions for you today. And the first one's going to focus on that amazing line. Get away from her, you bitch.
So my question is, in the same situation, what would your killer line be? And then speaking of Newt...
Newt lived for quite some time by herself. My question is, how do you think you would have coped if you were Newt? Well, that's it from us, so it's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.
I think I'd have nailed it, me.
How old am I? How old are we in this
Well,
situation?
I guess Newt's age.
Yeah, but how old's Newt specifically?
9, 12. 9 to 12.
Yeah.
9 to 12.
So
Right.
probably just pissed my pants till I was eaten by an alien.
Yeah, so year 6 me. I don't know. You'd have a den. I would have ran to me den. That would have been a couple of days. A lot of wanks. Just blank loads. Just dust.
I'd
Just
have
nothing.
probably got back in that thing that they came in with her where she went off with her mum and dad and they got the face of
Just driven on.
just driven off away from the base and just stayed out there.
That's a good idea, Tom.
But she had to live for like 3 months.
I wonder what she was eating during this time.
Well, this is the thing. You've got
Twinkies.
vending machines. There's got to be them about.
Make a lot of noise, though. It's a risky vending machine.
Yeah, but she got little arms, hasn't she? Little arms.
Oh, little arms.
I always, when I was a kid and I watched that scene, it always got to me because I was like, I was a fat kid and I was like, I'd get stuck in that vent. And
His legs just...
yeah, it was always this horrible death I'd have. Like, yeah, I would try to get to the den like all the other kids.
Augustus Galoop.
But, yeah, just
Is that what inspired you to get in shape, Faz?
yeah, you'd say that, but being killed by a zombie or alien, in like if you're a nerd and you watch a lot of films, eventually, like I really will die. And then I'd lost
Is that the
weight.
beginning of it, Zombieland?
Yeah, Zombieland came out, and I was like, I'm so glad I lost weight at this point because otherwise I feel horrible. But no, my line would just be pack it in because I've always wanted someone to yell that in a sci-fi film.
Pack it in. Hey,
Pack it in.
gear off. Hey up. Gear off.
So I'll be really Yorkshire is what I'm sensing.
Now then, what's that doing?
See, I've got to imagine at that moment I've got intent, but I would be panicking. So I think any humour or wit would be beyond me at that point, and I'd be focusing on my loader. And I'd probably end up just being like,
Just scream.
Oi!
No. No.
Leave it. Leave it.
Drop.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably just. To be fair, I wouldn't even need the load. I'd probably take in a foot race. Have you seen that Queen Alien run?
Yeah, it's a bit spazzy.
You'd be fine. Like a Dalek. Can't do stairs. Or Ed 209.
Guys, you want to hear the next question
I'd love a question.
from a fellow Brit podcaster? This one is actually a trivia question, so I'll do first a shout out. And this comes from my new favourite podcast, We Watch Anything.
Hi there, Quotals, or Recallers, or Quotal Recall. You lot. It's Ben from the We Watch Anything podcast here, and I have an aliens question for you. Who is the first colonial marine to get taken down by an alien?
Oh, it's the black guy with the ammo.
But does he gets taken out by another Marine?
Does it have to be taken out as full stop or taken out by an alien?
The Black Marine is called Frost.
Yeah.
He's the first to die, but I don't think he's the first.
Okay.
Somebody gets taken out by an alien and
Right,
flamethrowers
okay,
him.
I can do it. Yeah, so...
Yeah.
Is it? It's not Dietrich.
Oh,
Is it?
asshole.
Yes.
As if you've honey-dicked us like that. I'm going to do rubbish. Dietrich.
You.
I gotta add that. I didn't want to interrupt because I was going to go, Wazbaski goes down, like...
This
round
is now
the
all
second-
conjecture,
yeah,
Farrell.
I know. Fuck. Sorry.
And the answer is Dietrich. Hope one of you got that. Great work, boys. Love the show, and can't wait to hear this episode.
Thank you, Ben.
That was a powerful question.
It was. Is it quiz time? I think it is, isn't it?
Quiz in.
Round one is called Next Lines. I'm going to play a quote from the movie, and then you've got to give me the next line. That simple. Ready, Tom?
Not really. Let's do it.
Well, I bet Casey doesn't have scary dreams. Let's take a look. Nope, nothing bad in there. See? Maybe you could just try to be like her, huh?
Oh, brilliant.
He got Dietrich. He doesn't care anymore.
I must admit, as soon as that quote started playing, I was like, oh my God, this is harder than it is when you listen to the podcast. I'm not feeling confident here. I've got a pretty good idea.
I'm not so sure. I mean, I feel like it could be the obvious one, but it don't fit in with the.
No.
So it's not.
It's not an obvious one.
So I ain't got a clue. I'm afraid.
I've got a feeling.
I don't know it, but...
Do you know it? I'll
Yeah.
let you do it. Or do you want me to get it wrong so you look better?
yeah, if you want to. But if you're going to get it right, and I'm going to... Oh,
Right, let's just see how far I am
Right.
off aliens at this point. This
okay.
is good for question one.
Okay.
Does Newt snap and like, they're dead. You don't get it. They're all dead.
No.
No, okay. Can I just play the clip back one more time, just and I'll tell you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I bet Casey doesn't
Okay,
have
stop.
scary
I just need the
dreams.
name of the doll. Ripley, Casey doesn't have bad dreams. She's just a piece of plastic.
Powerful on the impression.
Ripley, she doesn't have bad dreams because she's just a piece of plastic.
It was good. And neither of you two knew it, so Farrell's getting a bonus.
A 12-year-old girl for Farrell's not too much of a step, though, is it?
Whoa.
So Newt's been a bit precocious there, right? A bit like, oh, I'm not so naive and young. Come on. But earlier in the movie, Newt does deliver this line.
It's okay. Don't worry. It'll be okay.
So she's reassuring Stacey at that point.
Interesting. I like it.
So,
Yeah, what happened between Stacey and Newt? Is it like a Tom Hanks in Castaway? Wilson.
I mean, Stacey.
Stacey's the doll. Casey.
Casey.
Right, sorry.
Casey's doll has got it going on. She's all I've got, and I've been alone for so long.
If you don't
Ripley,
edit-
can't you see? She's just not the doll for me.
Right.
I really want to sing it, the rest of it. Just change it into alien shit, but I won't. Because it'll give away how much I like just general pop music.
I don't even know what song is it.
Stacey's mum, Fountains of Wayne, about 2004, I believe. Check that in the edit.
Fact checking.
fact checking Ben. I'm trying to not do fact checking Ben anymore.
Fact checking Ben's one of the best things. I love it when you come in and go, that's wrong. When you listen to it, it's like, good. Pumping out truth here on Quotal Recall.
Can someone do me a fact checking Ben jingle right now?
Fact checking Ben.
Stacey's mum was actually 2003. All right then, let's move on to your question, Farrell.
Fucking A. Oh, hold on 1 second. This installation has a substantial dollar value attached to it.
You can't... Oh, God, it's something like you can't just blow it up and then Ripley just goes, they can bill me.
They can bill me.
Yeah.
Ah.
Powerful, Farrell.
You're right. So I think you said the quote exactly. So 2 points.
Oh.
What did I get?
Let me ask you a question, guys.
I love a question.
Special edition, theatrical cut. Pros, cons.
Great question.
They're two different films. The inclusion of those guns and the build-up. Because without the guns and the scene with Newt and the facehugger, you don't see the aliens until the second act. So it's more of a horror film, the director's cut, whereas the traditional one's more of an intense thriller, in a way. If you get what I mean.
Interesting. For me, it's the additional line through the movie about motherhood and children. And I think it really sets up the reveal, the stay away from her, you bitch. It really makes that moment so worth it.
Yeah.
And you get where Ripley's coming from. She's lost a daughter, woke up 60 years later, found a kid with no mum. It's all there. And for me, that's the number one thing. Without that, it's like Vietnam in space. And you wouldn't see the Viet Cong coming until the second act.
My opinion is I like the special edition for all the reasons you just said. The only thing is, I don't think they should have had the initial scene on Hadley's Hope where you see them go to find the alien. It's better to be with the Marines, seeing it for the first time as this sort of desolate kind of wasteland. Like, what's happened here? There's a mystery.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Special edition, big guns, motherhood theme. I believe Sigourney Weaver as well was a bit annoyed that they dropped the motherhood thing.
Yeah, I think it's important. I think it because it's that duality of right. I was mentioned the Girl Ghostbusters before. It's like it's a thing where we're expected to hate that. Yeah. We're expected to hate it because it's women. But Aliens is a perfect example of Ripley is awesome regardless of all the other stuff, like of her being a lady, but with the motherhood stuff as well. She then is blatantly a woman. But it's still cool. Nobody cares. Like we're not watching it going, I wish this was Sylvester Stallone.
No, because she just outright
because
is a well-written character.
It's a perfectly rounded character.
Yeah, she never makes a mistake either. Like Ripley doesn't make one mistake
and the fact that after the events of Alien, she basically goes back to the grind and works in a factory.
She makes one mistake. She should have stopped that RV earlier.
Ease down.
Yeah, she blows the transax on.
Ease down. Ease down.
Yeah, but that's women drivers for you.
Ooh.
Did I mention I wouldn't go karting?
Fuck off.
So women can drive.
Hey.
Oh, shit.
Question for Cook.
Hey, Vasquez. Have you ever been mistaken for a man?
No, have you?
I think that impression was good. Let's listen.
No. Have you?
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Have you? Jueves.
2 points for accuracy plus 1 bonus for impression.
Nice.
Oh, boom. That's a good start. And the fist bumps are being offered around the table. This is a good community.
Fist bumps are the way, man.
Do you remember they used to market the Aliens stuff to kids?
I had loads of them,
yeah. Because it was an 18-rated movie, or R-rated in the States, so they wanted to sell them to kids, so they called it Operation Aliens. But left all the gore and all the character in. But I remember, weirdly, Vasquez was white, which was, I only realised how offensive.
She's white.
Well, I'm going to lob my first snitch attempt into the room. Forgive me, I can't remember her name.
Jeanette Goldstein.
Oh. Powerful, Tom. Give that man a point.
God damn, yeah.
Right, Jeanette Goldstein, who you may recognise as John Connor's stepmom in Terminator 2, or you may recognise her as the Irish lady in Titanic.
Yeah.
But apparently in the 80s, you could just slap a bit of tan on, cut your hair, and you're Mexican.
She's good, though.
Kick ass. She's ultimate badass.
Yeah, man.
She at least hit the gym,
Yeah.
She looked fucking ripped. You got credit where credit's due.
Yeah,
she dieted, she hit the gym.
But she was already like that, I think.
Yeah, she was.
Before the role. I think she was just into it. I think it was just at the time she had a boyfriend or something.
She was living in England and she was into bodybuilding. That's how she got the job.
Great.
But she
I love to go to the gym.
She went thinking it was a movie about illegal aliens, didn't she?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I love movies about getting Mexicans out of America.
She went in like a trouser suit and shit, and she like all dressed up and stuff.
Like Annie Lennox.
It's that line when Hudson goes, right, she thought said illegal aliens, sign up. That was an improv bit.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's a good snitch moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Question for Tom.
Is it?
Hicks, meet me at the South Lock. We're coming in.
Roger.
Boom. Hicks, meet me at the South Lock. We're checking in. Roger. Who's Roger?
I don't remember it.
Was he in Colonial Marines? Fact checker Ben.
Yeah. Man, that's got me stumped again. I ain't got a clue.
Do you want it?
Oh, do you know it?
Do you know it, Farrell? Farrell, you know it. Don't.
Farrell.
Sorry.
Go on.
He's coming in. I feel safer already.
Nice. Bonus point coming your way, mate.
He's coming in. I feel safer already.
Oh. I bet you're glad you came tonight, Farrell. You're all over this.
I'm telling you, I wish I'd bailed. Just let it be you two.
Just scrap it out.
I actually went to see Aliens at the Leeds Film Festival last year. Nice. And the opening was a man from the Royal Armouries who had come along to present a pulse rifle and sort of talked about why it's such a like a pop culture phenomenon. Yeah, icon.
It was most kids' favourite gun, because we all did it as kids. You run around and shoot at each other with invisible guns, and most kids were like, I'm having a pulse rifle. Yeah. And then it's like, right, I've got the shotgun from Terminator 2 then.
It's Michael Bean's special friend.
You hold it like this, grab it by the shaft, load it right in the side. Short, controlled bursts.
In the when the Ripley's getting the debriefing at the beginning of the film and there's a lot of green text coming up in the background. Mm-hmm. In the, I can't think it's in the director's cut. If you zoom in on it, the crew members from the Nostromo, one of them, the woman, it says birth gender male, then F next to it, meaning that in the future, transgender people just is not an issue whatsoever.
As if Alien kick-started that movement.
So it was...
Nadia won Big Brother because of Alien.
So, from what I may be wrong about this, but apparently Fox wanted it cut back a little bit, dialed back the transgender stuff. But to me, it takes on a more darker tone. Because
Fox did, of course.
Yeah, but it takes on a more darker tone because it means that in the future, when gender is irrelevant and everyone gets along, everyone is still dominated by corporations.
I hope you know I'm definitely checking that and coming in with some fact-checking Ben.
Hey. Yeah, no, you should do.
Jingle, please, someone.
Fact-checking Ben. The man with the facts. It's fact-checking Ben.
Use that one.
That was good.
That's the one.
Okay, I reviewed the footage, and in the movie, you can't quite see it properly because Ripley stood in front of the text. But the dossier on the character Lambert from Alien is included on the Alien Anthology Blu-ray collection, and it does say gender, female, unnatural, and under remarks, subject is Despin convert at birth, male to female. So far, no indication of suppressed traumas related to gender alteration.
I like to think of Fat Chicken Ben.
I think that's what I felt like I said, Fat Chicken Ben.
I'd go for a Fat Chicken Ben right now.
Okay.
Fat Chicken Ben, it'd be a good place, good name for a chicken place, man. I'd eat that.
Question for Farrell.
Newt, look at me. Where are they?
They're dead, all right? Can I go now?
Oh, my gosh.
They're dead, all right?
Do I get anything for an assist?
Oh, another 2 points for accuracy plus one bonus for the impression.
Farrell's got more now than I'm going to get.
Didn't you say that earlier?
I said
you quoted that,
I
didn't you,
misplaced
earlier?
my
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah, you jogged my memory, though.
I can take some solace in the fact that I think it's from the same scene. So,
no, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not. Fact-checking Ben, fucking hell, we don't even need it. He's right here, right now.
The facts, it's fact-checking Ben.
Omnipotent.
So that scene comes from when they first meet her, and she's not saying much. And I think they're trying to get who are you? What happened to everyone?
When she's mute.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Oops, I made a clean spot. That's the bit when she's cleaning her face.
Exactly. And that bit of she's just a piece of plastic comes from when she's putting her to bed shortly before they're attacked by the facehugger. Captain Cook.
Ahoy.
What is it, Private?
How do I get out of this chicken shit outfit?
Fat chicken shit Ben outfit.
Oh, God, it's a good quiz.
I think I know if you don't know. I feel like it's... Let me have...
Yeah, I'm going to...
Whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
Tom
whoa,
should...
whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, I haven't...
No, Cookie hasn't passed yet. Yeah.
Hold, gentlemen.
Yeah, let's lay off.
I'm going to go with the Hail Mary attempt of that. I think it's the Colonel who comes in and says, something along the lines of, Hudson, quit that shit.
Ooh, pretty close. You're getting a point for that, mate. You're getting 1 point.
Or is it quit that shit, Hudson?
I was going to say, can it, Hudson?
Can that shit, Hudson?
Go on, Farrell. Give us it.
You secure that shit, Hudson.
Secure that.
You secure that shit, Hudson.
Brilliant.
And then he does the come over here, come over
Hudson,
here.
come here, come here.
I love that. Come over here.
Yeah.
So that's like teachers, and your dad did that to you. You know, you related to it as a kid. You're like, yep, he's in trouble.
That is the end of round 1.
Ah, and the scores are.
The scores are Tom. Do you know what score you've got, Tom?
I'm guessing 0.
Yeah, it's 0. Cookie's on 4.
Did I get nothing for Dietrich?
4?
No, that was a warm up. Sorry.
Oh.
Cookie's on 4. Faz, you're on 7.
Oh.
Get out.
Shit.
Secure that shit, Farrell.
I'll try.
Consolidate top spot.
Did you guys ever think called Alien War?
Alien War?
Alien War.
No.
In 94, 95, in the Trocadero Centre in London, there was this huge exhibit theme park built called Alien War, and it was an officially licensed theme park in which you went in like groups of 10 with guys who were like dressed up as space marines, and it was supposed to be like a live action sequel to Aliens in which you got attacked for about 15 minutes and you had to like make your way through a maze. It was all it's kind of ahead of its time at the time, and like my dad talked about it every day. It was like, this sounds incredible, you know, like apparently they have robotic aliens and they have all this, and we get there and I'm like amped for this, and I get to the counter and there's a guy with a pulse rifle and he fired it in the lobby, and it was like a real pulse rifle. The sound, the muzzle flashed, the shell casing came out, and oh god. And then she's like, are you ready to like experience LV-426? And my dad's like, yeah. And she goes, how old is he? And my dad goes, 9. Like, oh. He goes, you've got to be 10 or over. She goes, the only reason for that is because of it is really genuinely scary, because we have adults who have been messed up from this. And to go, look, if he wants to do it, he can do it. And I looked over my shoulder, my mum just looked terrified and went, I don't think you should. And we never did. I never went in it. And my dad was like, I'm not missing out on this. He went in with my cousin who was a few years older. And have you ever like at the moment in life where you've enjoyed something massively, but you've had to act like it wasn't as fun as you thought, so that you didn't disappoint someone else? And my dad and my cousin were trying to act like it wasn't all that when they clearly had the time of their lives in this thing.
You mean exactly like Lisa Simpson going to see the Itchy and Scratchy movie?
Exactly that episode, yeah. And I knew I couldn't make it through this without telling that anecdote, so I just thought I'd get out of the way now.
I'm assuming we've all got prepared anecdotes.
Yeah. Well, I'm done.
Material? Where's all your material?
I used to be able to make a good smart gun noise.
Yeah?
Do it.
It's like that.
It actually sounds like you're farting in the bath.
Yeah. Does it?
Do you know what that is? An early contender for Golden
I
Snitch.
might be too close to the mic.
Let's move into round 2, which is called Look Who's Talking.
Oh, nice.
What I want you to do in this round, you're going to hear a clip of a quote from the movie where the voice has been disguised, and I would like you to tell me who is the character who delivers the line. First one for you, Tom.
Physically, she's okay. Borderline malnutrition, but I don't think there's any permanent damage.
Is it a woman? Or is it a man? I can't tell.
It's a woman.
Is it Ripley?
No.
I can't remember her name, but she looks just like Lady Gaga. Like the flight, the chick who flies the thing. Spunkmeyer?
No, Spunkmeyer's the dude, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh god, it's killing
me. Is
me
this
now.
stumped all three of us, or is Farrell just waiting for us to?
No, it's not. It's not the pilot.
I think I can have a go for it.
Go for it.
Is it Dietrich?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Is it? I didn't want to say it, so I thought.
Vaz, your question.
Guess you don't like the cornbread either.
Oh, that's Frost.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Private Frost.
Yeah.
Private Rico Frost.
Is there Rico?
Played by Rico Ross.
Yeah.
Hey.
Most of the Marines just use their real first name.
Mm. Oh, there's a little snitch moment. All the Marines went on a 2-week training course in the UK to learn how to move like the military, except Gorman, Burke, and Ripley.
Nice.
Because they wanted them to look amateurish. Yeah.
I also know James Cameron, in the way obviously they don't shoot movies as we see them in that order. He actually filmed the first scene where they're all sat at the table and they're all eating breakfast and stuff. He actually filmed that at the end of the shoot because the actors were all
Chemistry,
more bonded.
Yeah, that's all right. Good idea.
Factoid.
There's a lot of contenders for Golden Snitch tonight, guys.
I know.
I just like to drop snitches.
That's going to be the thing, innit?
It's good. I like it.
Snitching.
Cook.
Hello.
Let's go, people. They ain't paying us by the hour. Let's go. Hit them out.
See, this is bad because I don't know names. I know it's not Ripley. And I'm pretty sure it ain't Newt. I'm gonna take a wild Hail Mary, and then Farrell's gonna come steal my points. But I'm gonna do it anyway.
I think you get it.
And say Hudson.
No, afraid not. Do you know it, Tom?
A pun.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Well done.
Nice.
I'm going to chuck you a bonus, Tom, because you kind of need it.
Cheers, mate.
And question for Tom.
Hold on a second, there's something.
I'll give you a little clue. I think he came up in conversation earlier.
Spunkmeyer.
Spunkmeyer. There you go.
Hold on a second to something.
Point for Tom. Faz?
Where's the damn beacon? Oh, I see it.
Bollocks. I legitimately don't know her name. It's a pilot.
It is the pilot.
I can't think of it. It's a short name.
I'm going to pass on it because I will
Is it
never
Lady
remember
Gaga?
Well, you get a point because you know who the character was, but just the one since you couldn't get a name.
What is it?
Her name is Corporal Colette Farrow.
Farrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost your name.
I should know that.
It's almost Farrell.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. Farrow.
A couple of friends of mine, Dave and Gaz, who
Shout out to them.
might be listening. They were in a band called Fly Me Friendly because that's what's written on the pilot's helmet.
Nice.
Nice.
Cook.
Ahoy.
They're within 20 clicks, we'll read it out here. So far, Zippo.
Ooh. I'm awful at this bit. Awful. It's a good round. Well done. I'm just going to take a stab in the dark and go at Hicks.
Who knows it?
Can I stick in?
Between you two.
Hudson?
Yeah.
Hudson?
Yeah,
There you
Hudson.
go.
No bonus
I
point.
thought you were going to say it at the same time as before, and that's why I looked at you. I was like, "Go on, Hudson." But you didn't, you just looked at me.
Yeah, it's Hudson. Your question, Tom.
Just 1 in 1,000, really. I think you're damn lucky to be alive, kiddo.
That's Burke.
Burke. 2 points, Tom.
Nice. He is a Burke. Well, it's good. It's good, his name.
Yeah, you're making up for it. In fact, I don't want to give away the running scores, but you've actually surpassed Cookie now.
Yeah, don't surprise me. I'm picking up nil point.
Farrell?
Now think, Rebecca. Concentrate. Just start at the beginning. Where are your parents?
Gorman.
Yeah, straight away.
Nice. Is he the one you relate to
got
the
one wrong
most
yet.
in the movie, Farrell?
Yeah, just a coward who tries to do the right thing. Yeah.
You always were an asshole, Farrell.
It's funny how you know a lot of quotes other than the ones that are your questions.
I don't like being put on the spot. I ain't good under pressure, you know what I mean?
When he got asked to describe the first act earlier, it just froze for 5 seconds.
I wasn't ready at all. We should do that beginning bit again.
And it's the last question of the round for Cook.
There we go, nil point.
All right, we've got 7 canisters of CN20. So we roll them in there and nerve gas the whole fucking nest.
I've just
You've
opened
got
up,
that
made
shit.
it in. Yeah.
You got that shit. You
I know the bit. I know the line. But I just can't, because there's multiple characters there. Bollocks. I cannot recall this quote. See, it's not Ripley because she wouldn't swear.
Yeah. So who else is it?
So I'm thinking it's got to be Hicks.
It's Vasquez.
Yeah.
It's Vasquez.
Yeah, it's someone aggressive. I'm terrible at it.
I gave you the headband. You didn't look. I was headbanding you.
I saw it and I was like, I refuse this clue. I will not be helped. I want to get no points in this round.
Points at the end of that round. Running total. Cook, you're on 4.
Nice.
Tom edged it on 5.
Nice.
And Farrell's on 12.
Oh, fuck.
My God.
Right, you can just stop playing now, Farrell. You're all right.
You could sit this next round out, Farrell, if you want.
All right.
That's embarrassing.
Guys, I'm going to put another 3 points up for grabs.
I need
3.
3 whole points.
PHR.
Did you notice anything about the sequence of questions there? Maybe something about the order?
Or the lines.
Or, well,
Made a paragraph, a poem.
Yeah.
Keep trying.
So it's all from the same scene, wasn't it?
No.
What?
Maybe something about the order in which I laid these questions out.
Was it the same order that they all got killed in?
Yes.
Was it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Nice.
They all, well, not necessarily all get killed, but they all depart the movie.
Yeah,
in the order
because it
in
was
which I asked
Vasquez
them.
Yeah,
last,
because
yeah.
Gorman and Vasquez together,
Yeah.
that they? Boom.
That puts you on to 7, Cook.
Does that mean I've overtaken Tom?
Yes.
Fist bump.
Like you were talking about that making of documentary, it basically is just a masterclass of practical effects.
Oh, wonderful, isn't it?
But I've actually picked out a couple of audio highlights from that. In particular, you know the whole story about how Sigourney Weaver was very anti-guns, and she's the reason there are no guns in Alien 3. I've got a little scene. There's a nice juxtaposition of Sigourney Weaver and Bill Paxton.
It's actually hard for me morally to justify being in a film with so many guns. I just find it very upsetting, and that's the biggest problem for me, is that reading the script, I had no idea how martial the atmosphere would be and how much emphasis that would have. I give money to anti-gun legislation, and I mean, I never even go to see movies about guns, especially killing people. I can't, I just think, I think it would be very difficult for an actor to do. You'd really have to sort of do a number on yourself,
I love shooting the guns. That's like the best part of my job. Oh, I've shot a few weapons in a couple of different situations, and I grew up in Texas. I shot a lot of shotguns and stuff like that.
Also, from the same making of documentary, also on the subject of guns, a little soundbite from Al Matthews, who is Sergeant Apone, who was actually a Marine in Vietnam.
Well, I suffer from the Vietnam syndrome. If you point a gun at me, I'm going to shove it down your throat. I'm sorry to say that. Sorry, gang, but that's the truth. If you point, we had things where everyone's instinct is automatically to put their fingers on the trigger. Well, they stopped doing that on the set with me because I don't have it. I really don't have it. It's an instinct. That's the way I was trained. Thank you very much, America. That's how I was trained. If you put your finger on the trigger when you're talking or you're waving your weapon around, I'm going to jam it down your throat. I got to do that.
Good googly moogly. There's no wonder he survived the thing as well. Him and Kurt Russell at the end.
Didn't he play the villain in that Bond movie as well? Was it Live and Let Die?
More fact-checking Ben. Cookie, do the jingle.
Fact-checking Ben.
Man with the facts, it's fact-checking Ben.
Al Matthews is in a Bond film. He's in Tomorrow Never Dies. He's also in The Fifth Element. But he's not in The Thing. I think Cook's getting him confused with the actor Keith David, who plays the character Childs. Moving on to round 3.
Nice.
Round 3 is called Soundhog Day.
Oh.
I love it.
You're going to hear a sound effect from the movie, and you've got to describe the scene to me.
Okay.
Starting with Tom.
So yeah, I think it's the drop ship crashing.
That's absolutely what it
After
is.
Farrell's been attacked by the alien.
Yeah. There's a lot of explosions on that ship.
Yeah,
what was on this ship?
About tons of ammunition and weapons. They managed to salvage some of it from the crash, but that's why it explodes so badly, because of the ordnance.
Nice.
You know when you ask a rhetorical question
Oh, right.
and someone just jumps in with the answer?
I'm so sorry. I legitimately...
I can put this out there.
Good fact.
That the techniques used and the stuff you're saying about the action scenes, James Cameron actually started, if you remember, in the original Terminator, the future scenes.
Oh, yeah.
There was a similar stuff, and there's a scene in that where a dude on a Jeep, as they're running away, shoots down like a carrier, very much the same, shoots the wing off, and you see it crash in a shoddier version of a technique that he'd perfect in Aliens and then take to a Terminator 2.
Question for Farrell.
Cryostasis. All the pods opening in the cryo bay as the Marines are waking up.
I don't think he's dropped a point yet. 2 points.
Nice.
Just can we please make sure you leave the stuff in at the beginning where he says, "Oh, I'm going to do rubbish. I've not seen this movie."
I didn't say I've not seen them. I said I haven't researched it recently for this.
I haven't researched it recently. But all right, Dr. Farrell.
But I researched it to fuck about 3 years ago.
No, my childhood was...
all I did was print the script.
Did you not get the anecdote about going down to Alien War? Like,
Dude, I was thinking it was right at the beginning with the loader.
Yeah, it could have been.
So this is going to be dreadful. After my opening 4, I might not go any further.
I think you've got it, Cook.
Let's find out in the future segments.
I'm confident in you. I need you to beat Farrell.
Oh, get lost. He hasn't dropped a point yet.
Yeah, but
It's like playing against Federer in his prime.
You've got it, I think.
And I'm Tim Henman.
I think you'll be good at the backwards round, mate.
Backwards round coming up. Question for Cook.
Oh, God. Hey, I'm like Tim Henman. Is it a scene with the loader?
Yeah.
Is it a scene where she's grabbing some shit? Do I have to be more specific than that vague, she's grabbing some shit?
It's when she just gets into it, I think.
Yeah,
isn't it?
I was going to...
At the end.
Yeah. Not at the end.
No,
at the end.
No, it was earlier on. It's like, I can drive that loader. I have a Class 2 license. That's her powering the loader up, doing all the little switches.
1 point for that one, Cook. Tom, are you ready for your next question, mate?
I am, mate. Go for it. That's got to be like a sewer door opening into the bit where they're in the sewers. It feels like, with the water dripping. Jesus, well, it's some sort of big thing shutting something else. I feel like
shutting or
opening.
Opening, big thing opening. You can hear drops of water. You already got that, so that could be rain, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is it just where they open the door to go into the?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're getting the point, mate.
Well, you helped me along far too much.
That's why you only get 1. It's a tough one. I've made the questions fairly tough this time.
But well done, Farrell, for keeping pace, you bastard.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Right, let's see how he fares with this next question.
One more time. Real quick. Yeah.
Ooh, Farrell needs it again.
I've got it. No, I've got it. Yeah. No, it's the Act 2 climax when they attack him when the lights go out and an alien just comes bursting through the window. Right?
It is not.
It's not. Oh, good. Cookie's got it then.
Is it when the nude?
Oh God.
Nude and,
I know what it is.
Nude and Ripley are in the facehugger room, and then they smash the window to get them out.
Yeah. Who smashes the window?
Hicks.
Hicks does smash the window.
Nice. Getting good with these names, Cook.
I'm going to give you a little sympathy handover point. Nicely
Sorry,
done.
I'll get this one wrong.
Yeah. There we
well,
go.
let's see.
What the hell? That sounded like me overtaking you guys at go-karting. Can I have it again, please?
That was really short.
All I'm thinking about is Formula 1 and whipping your guys' asses at go-karting.
That is nothing in it.
It's a fucking... I'm almost half tempted to say it's just like a random alien sound.
Do it again.
Do it again. Yeah. Play again.
Do it again.
Because the thing with the aliens is I know that a lot of their audio was recorded for them was actually elephants. And some of the noises they make, specifically when they're in the roof. And they're like, I'm reading it right, man. So I'm going to go with random alien noise.
Do you know what? I'll give you a point.
Really?
You've got the fact that it's a noise made by an alien.
Yeah.
That's enough for a point, if I'm being generous, which I am.
Is it the egg?
Nope.
Ah, fuck.
At this point, yeah, what is it?
It is the Queen alien's pharyngeal jaw jumping out to attack Ripley while she's in the loader.
And you could kiss it.
Ah, well.
Powerful question.
Tough one. One more each.
Nice.
Starting with you, Tom.
That sounds like one of the faces like wriggling, something like that.
Yeah. You're on the right lines. A bit more detail, maybe, for the second point.
Is it coming at somebody? No,
Yeah.
it ain't like that because there was none. I don't know.
I'll go for it. It's the facehugger in the test tube. It goes and attacks Burke. He backs off, and then you get like, "Oh, he likes you, Burke."
Nicely done.
It stops, doesn't it?
Nicely done. Well done, Faz.
Thank you.
Right. To solidify your lead.
Bishop's on his way to get the dropship. They've just cut a hole in the sewer in a pipe, and Bishop's climbing into it.
My God, you are good, Farrell.
Shawshank
Jesus.
Redemption.
Yeah, yeah.
Well done,
Bishop
mate.
had to crawl through 2 miles of shit to come out the other side clean. Like, think of that. Like, no one ever gives, like, Ripley all the way through is hating on Bishop. And he crawls, like, 2 miles with his shoulders.
Final question of the round for Cook. That is a disgusting sound effect.
There are many things I could say it sounds like, but I will refrain. But if you'd like to hear me say those things, listen to my podcast, where I'm unedited and a complete and utter tosser. I've got a feeling that the sound of it makes me think of just the egg opening and an eggy-related thing.
Mm-hmm. It's eggy related.
It's eggy-related. Is it actually the first reveal when we pan up to see the Queen lay an egg?
Yes. 2 points.
I thought it was the face coming out of an egg.
Guys, do you want to hear the scores from the round?
Sure.
So Tom's still lagging a little bit. 9 points, but pretty good. Second place is Cookie, 12 points.
Oh, it's a relief to be in double figures, I'll be honest.
And obviously in the lead is Farrell with 16.
Fuck off, Farrell. What is there between me and you, Cook? 3? 4?
About 8 inches.
3.
I could go on to talk about a potential sequel to Aliens that actually happened but didn't happen.
Yeah?
Aliens, of course, was massive. So, in the world of video games, on the PC in the 90s, the Alien vs. Predator series was mega popular. Now, during this time, everyone, of course, whilst playing games in that universe, is crying out for an Aliens game, a proper game. So, what they basically started was like the Guns N' Roses Chinese democracy of video games. They started making Aliens Colonial Marines, which was, if you think about it, the story of Aliens doesn't end with Ripley. What happened to all those people? They've got families too. There's going to be people coming back. So this game was supposed to be about the next wave of alien Marines that came in and tried to save the day. And I believe they got Lance Henriksen to chip in for his voice, because Lance is always up for some universe work. It ended up coming out in 2009, I believe, and it was absolutely garbage as a mechanical game and offered absolutely nothing of the story moving forward. The only other time they've attempted to like connect the dots in this backstory that goes on, you mentioned before, Tom, the Ripley's daughter in your excellent Act 1 breakdown.
Oh, yeah, it was faultless, wasn't it?
Well, she was actually the main star of the excellent game Alien Isolation, which was about, after the events of Alien and in between Aliens, which was about a daughter trying to search for her mum, and then ends up going and finding the Nostromo and blah, 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 blah. And it was this excellent cat and mouse game. But they've never truly given us that Alien sequel. Like, they've never, and I think it's interesting that recently Neil Blomkamp, the M. Night Shyamalan of the noughties,
What?
Well, yeah, he's hit or miss, isn't he?
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
That's all I meant, just hit or miss, not twist, just hit or miss. He was full on going to do, I'm going to do an Alien sequel. We're going to sack off Alien 3. We're going to keep Michael Biehn alive, because God bless him. And, it's going to be great. And then Ridley was like, nah, I'm going to do all these prequels. I've got 6 movies. I'm waiting on doing them. And we're at where we're at today. But the point is, the popularity and how much this movie influenced most shit going forward is phenomenal.
If I can go back to games then, I had never heard of the Colonial Marines game until I was researching for this podcast. But since I know Farrell and Cookie are both big gamers, I'm assuming you've both played it.
Yep.
Big gamers, big Alien fans. So I found out when I was researching that there's a little Easter egg in there that you find Bill Paxton's body in the game.
Yeah.
So my question is, wasn't the colony blown up?
Yeah.
So is it just a bit of like a continuity error?
Well,
Oh, God.
I've got a mate who's also a huge Aliens fan, and he swears blind that he lived. Bill Paxton lives, and that he just goes down in heroic blaze, but he keeps going and ignores the nuke as well. So I'm assuming that many people can make this leap of imagination and just ignore the nuke.
Maybe he got in a fridge.
That's interesting hypothesis.
I don't want to kill the imagination on this one, but there's a genuine reason for it. In the original Colonial Marines, the one in the late 90s, the nuke was supposed to have gone off and the facility was supposed to be wrecked. And if you see the early screenshots of it, they're fighting in these destroyed, almost post-apocalyptic style environments. When it got around to the second one, it was a complete. I'm trying not to swear to describe like the development of it, but it was a con. It was a con in a way. It was a sham. There was lawsuits over it, weren't they?
Yeah,
it was a complete. They
Chinese
lied.
democracy.
Yeah. Well, no, worse. I mean, at least Chinese Democracy came out with 12 tracks. Like, Farrell and Marines was barely a game. It was 5 hours of just absolute nonsense.
I actually listened to Chinese Democracy today.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah. So Farrell and Marines was, the base looked intact because no one cared. It just was like, why not? There's a level, there's aliens, yeah.
Nice.
Round 4. The backwards round.
Oh,
let's do it.
This is the backwards round.
That's impressive.
Oh, it's bad.
In this round, I've taken a quote from the movie and reversed it, and you've got to recite the original quote back to me. In the backwards round, we tend to go for the really obvious, famous quotes. Okay. Don't say anything, but if you think about it now, think of the famous quotes from Alien. You can probably get a few of them. So let's start with Tom.
Oh man, I've drawn a blank on what he says. We're fucked, man. We're fucked. Is it that bit?
Game over, man.
Game over, man. That's it.
Game over, man. It's game over, man.
What are we going to do now? What are we going to do?
I can only give you a point for that, Tom.
Don't even bother me. I completely drew a fucking blank on what he said then.
Okay.
You two would do it, though, because you're all into computer games, aren't you?
Sorry, how does that logic?
Because of game over.
I never saw the game over screen. I just saw new high score.
Nerd.
Right. Faz.
I guess we won't believe in now, right? I'm sorry, new. Is it the mostly would come out? They mostly come out at night, mostly.
Go on, give him the full quote.
We should. Oh God.
That was brilliant.
We should get in. We should need to get inside soon. It gets dark, and they mostly come out at night. Mostly. Oh God, is it?
It's I feel like you were 95% of the way there, and it's worthy of 2 points.
It is. I thought it was.
I'd be super stingy not to give you 2 points for that one. Here's the full quote.
We better get back because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Mostly.
Yeah.
He was like one or two words off.
Yeah, I didn't get it
most.
verbatim. I just
I know, but all the other dropping knowledge you've been doing.
Yeah, all right. Jesus, sorry, Cook.
You know, I misplaced my faith, clearly.
Yeah. God, I hope you've given a really abstract line.
Let go of her, you bitch.
Let's see.
With your Murphy, would I?
Is it let go of her, you bitch?
Well, no, give me it.
All right. What is it? I'm not going to get it verbatim.
You best get it verbatim.
Come on, I could do it.
Stay away from her, you bitch!
Yes.
Getaway. It
is Getaway, but it was a good impression, so you're still getting 2 points.
Yeah, still.
I should have got it.
Yeah.
Tom's question.
Let's go for it.
The first half, easy. Second half, not so much.
Is it the Arcturian Poontang bit?
Well, so you've got the right character.
Right.
Think about a bit later in the movie. Let's just say his plans have been compromised. They're at the reactor. What could go wrong with that reactor?
The reactor's going to blow.
So if the reactor's going to blow...
don't use your bullets. Safety rounds.
So what we're supposed to... If we're not supposed to use bullets, what we're supposed to use our wit. Something like that, is it? Is it something like that?
What we're supposed to use? Harsh language?
Harsh language, that's it, yes. Fuck.
I'm going to chuck you a bonus point because it's going to make no difference to the score.
Yeah, cheers, mate, cheers. Thanks.
Yeah. Go on, Faz.
Do.
Here's your question.
Okay. All right. What are we waiting for? Assholes and elbows. Hudson, come here. Come here. Is that it?
It's not.
God damn. It's the line after Another Day on the Farm. I can't remember the nouns that he's pointing out, and then yeah.
Is it a line about breakfast? No, but it's that I was going to say I love the car.
It sounds like he laughs first.
Yeah.
And then says, do it again.
Come on, Tom. Come on.
One more.
Come on.
It's when she's driving the power loader, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And he's like, park it over there, or something like that, and then he fucking...
B12, please.
Oh, yes,
B12, please,
Faz.
yes.
Well done. Well done.
Well played.
Here's the original.
B12, please.
Struggle with that one, though.
Nice.
I'm impressed you got Bay 12, but I'm not going to give you a point because it took... We really went round the houses on that one.
We did,
But as a team, that's great. Well done, everyone.
well
good
done,
job,
lads.
team,
Well done. We worked well together.
Last question of the round for Captain Cook.
Ahoy. Oh, dear me. I'm not sure if it's Bishop, like in a crumpled form.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's when he says, "We did it, Ripley," or something like that.
Afraid not. Go on then, Faz.
Not bad for a human.
Oh, let's hear it.
Not bad for a human.
Oh, I'm reticent to do it, but you deserve a bonus point there.
Fuck's sake. Honestly, no more.
Do I get
fist
one for the
bumps.
right character in the right scene?
No.
Harsh.
Shut down.
Suddenly, Ben does not want me to get near Farrell's lead. My buff has ended. I am now being nerfed.
Scores at the end of round 4. Tom's still in last place.
Yes. Oh.
On 11 points.
Hey,
At least
double figures.
Cook, second place, 14.
Nice.
And obviously still winning is Faz, 19.
Fuck off.
Have we got a double points round or anything up your sleeve?
No. Final round of the game, guys. And what we normally do here is we have the conversation round, where you have to replace one character's dialogue in a scene.
Oh, it's hard.
It is hard, and what I found was there weren't many scenes in this movie where that would be appropriate. So I thought, do you know what? Scrap it.
Oh, shit.
What I'm going to do instead is a one-off round for this specific movie in honour of the late, great Bill Paxton.
Brilliant.
This is a round called No Context Bill Paxton.
Just before we even begin, this might be my favourite round of anything ever.
You're going to hear a line of dialogue from Bill Paxton, and you've got to give me the context. What's happening in the scene that prompts him to say this line?
Right, love it.
Make sense?
Contaxton.
That might be a better name.
I was just trying to think.
It's not. Let's start with Tom.
Whoopie fucking do. Hey, I'm impressed.
That's something about Gorman, I think.
No.
Yeah.
Not about Gorman.
It might be about it's Ripley saw an alien once.
Yeah. Hey, Tom.
Nice.
2 points. 2 points.
Yo! Stop your grinning and drop your linen.
We'd have to continue the quote. We just got to describe the context.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's on the monitor looking for the tracking bands of all the colonists.
Perfect.
Nice.
Perfect. Well
Nice.
done. Do you know what? I've got an inkling that Farrell's going to win this one. Cook. Your question.
You're dog meat, pal.
That's when Burke has been revealed to be
a Burke.
A Burke. A giant Burke. And is there, sweating, I believe under a red light.
2 points. Well done. No points dropped in this round so far. Tom, you're up.
That wasn't funny, man.
Oh, that's the fucking the knife.
Yeah.
Wasn't funny, man.
Bishop with a knife. Yeah.
Another 2 points.
Apparently, everyone knew, but Paxton as well. They were going to do that for the first time they did it.
Yeah.
So I think there's an actual response of him getting his hand put in place.
Yeah.
Next question for Farrell.
Yeah, go.
Oh, dear Lord Jesus, this ain't happening, man. This can't be happening, man. This isn't happening.
It was just after the initial attack. They're in the Jeep car thing, and they're just taking stock of what's happened. And it's when he's just before he analyses the life signs. On that.
Spot on.
APC.
Even being harsh. I can't dock any points for that, mate. Well
They
done.
called it a Jeep car thing.
I know. I was struggling to think of the term for the vehicle. It was like APC.
I'll
dumbass.
just be there. I'll just be there.
I would have liked an impression. I would like to hear how Farrell says, man.
What? But it isn't an
Give me a
impression
Bill
route.
Paxton man.
Man. It depends on
New.
context. Is it new?
All I can do is Newt.
Yeah, no, I can do. Yeah,
He
that's
did
it,
get
yeah.
all the Newt scenes as well, didn't he?
Your question, Cook.
Get away from me, man!
Is that after the smart guns have gone down? And get away from me, man.
Cook.
Wait there, hold. I'm not in final answer mode. You know, you got to lock that in like Chris Tarrant, Ben. Is that your final answer? No, it is not, sir. Unfortunately, lifelines are not an option at this point.
I'm not helping you anymore, mate.
Is it just after the hand knife scene?
No.
I can't believe I've dropped a Bill Paxton point.
Chip in?
Yeah, go on.
So it's back in the APC, and it's just after he's getting bandaged up, and Burke's come over to help him, and he's just shoved Burke away. So get away from me, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's such a shame. I dropped such. I apologise to everyone.
I can't believe you didn't know that one.
Yeah, Cook, that was in the same scene.
Did you know that, Tom?
Of course I did.
Yeah. Do we believe him?
I've
You
never
should,
been
man.
able to believe
I am
anything
so
Tom
truthful.
says since I met him.
If we believe him, Farrell's not getting a bonus point.
Scout's honour.
Really? I was willing to believe you as well if you'd said I genuinely know it. Okay, then.
I did know
yeah.
it. I did know it.
All right.
I just
But
didn't
you
want
didn't
to. I didn't want to chime in.
All right.
I thought I'd leave some more chiming in to you. You seem to be really into it.
Oh, I don't know if to believe you or not.
Hey mate, you've won this fair and square. It's all right.
I know. Then have him. Just give him to Tom.
Did you know it, Tom?
You goddamn asshole. This is what I mean. Since the day I met him, I just can't figure anything out with you.
So Farrell gets a bonus point in that one.
Yeah, but what was it worth? My sanity?
Right. Well done.
Is it me again though?
Yeah.
Yes, Tom.
Gee, would you, sir? I'd like that.
It's Apone said something to him about fucking
I love sentences like that.
jamming in, I don't know, something about taking him out, sending him home or something like that.
Yeah, something comfortable and what would make you really comfortable? You slip into a pair of
Oh, come on.
Pajamas.
Is that what it says?
No. Go on, Farrell.
No, let's hear it again.
All
I
right.
want to hear
play
it
it
again as
again.
well.
Let's see if Cookie can get
Farrell
a
can't
point.
have all the points.
Yeah, fair enough.
Gee, would you, sir? I'd like that.
Is that after that attack? After the first attack and thing, and he says something along the lines of, like, "Keep acting like that, and we'll send you home."
Ben,
Go on, Farrell.
what do you want me to do? Get your slippers for you?
Yes. Yes.
Well played.
Through gritted teeth, you get another point.
Fuck me.
Whose question is this? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2,
Must be
3.
Farrell's now. Another point.
Farrell's question. Go on, Farrell.
All right.
She's badass, man. I mean big.
Extended edition.
Extended edition, yeah. Oh god, then it could. At first, I thought it was a gun scene. He's hypothesizing with Vasquez and the entire team about what the things are and what the Queen is, and it has the bees line. Yeah.
2 points. Well done.
I would have got that.
No one looks like they're having
fully knew
fun
that
anymore.
No, it's cool, Farrell. Well done.
Yeah.
But you
Well
know,
done.
just
Right.
bear us in mind.
Captain Cook.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, maybe you haven't been keeping up on current events, but we just got our asses kicked, pal.
That's 17 hours. We've got like 70 days. No, 70 days. Whatever. That line, 17 somethings. No, is it after the crash landing of the Terminator 2 ship? It doesn't appear to be from Ben's groans. That could not be a final answer. I remember the scene where he's like sweating, he's leaning forward, and he's talking to Burke.
Yep, he's talking to Burke.
And what's his face?
Gorman.
Gorman. Thank you, Tom. But that's about as good as an answer as I can give.
Yeah, I'm gonna chuck you a point for that one.
Because they're just taking stock after that first battle.
Tom, Farrell, who can do better?
Oh,
Oh, straight in.
Yeah.
well, yeah, Burke's making the point that they can't, just act and destroy everything because the specimen's too important.
No, true, yeah.
Yeah, it's protesting that the facility is worth a lot of money and they can't nuke it.
Yeah, he's just a grunt. No offense.
Spoiler alert: Farrell's won.
Yeah. Keep going anyway.
All right, Tom's question.
Oh, yeah, sure. With those things running around, you can count me out.
So they just suggested to go back outside.
Yeah,
So it'll be the bit.
they've asked him to do a specific task.
Oh, has he got to go and do the beacon thing that Bishop ends up doing?
The transmitter, yeah. 2 points. Well done.
There we go.
And question for Farrell.
Well, that's great. That's just fucking great, man. Now what the fuck are we supposed to do? We're some real pretty shit now, man.
Dropship's just crashed. Everything's on fire.
Yeah. Of course it has. I was gutted as soon as I saw the title of that question. I was like, fuck's sake.
What is it, just dropship?
Yeah. It was called, what I've written down is freaking out after the dropship has crashed. Damn you, Farrell. And last question of the game.
Go on, Cook.
Captain Cook.
Here we go.
What the hell?
I'm reading it right, man.
Yeah.
They're in the walls, man.
Yeah, 2 points.
Class.
2 points.
Class.
You know it exactly. Do you want to hear the final scores?
I would love to.
I think you know the result.
Maybe next time, Farrell, eh?
Maybe.
Last place is Tom.
Oh, what?
17.
Honestly?
I thought you beat me too.
Second
I
place.
thought I'd won.
Second place is Cook. 19.
Nice.
Couple ahead of Tom.
That makes me feel better, because 17 and 19 is not too bad. That's not bad.
Yeah. So bearing in mind that Cook got 19, Richard Thompson, 29 points.
Jesus.
Well done, Farrell.
29?
29.
Congratulations.
Hell, mate.
But yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure being aboard this fine podcast.
It was good. I really enjoyed it again. It's been decent.
Good. Would you like to plug anything, guys? Cookie, your own podcast, perhaps?
Yeah, we have the Battleship Potempcast, and we regularly review movies along with my mate and co-producer and everything, Mr. Rob Stokes, who's a movie critic and hilariously, awesomely, brilliantly, has written a book which is available now at all good bookstores, and it's called Mother of Monster, and it's a sci-fi epic fantasy about space pirates and all the cool stuff. Yeah, check out that. You can get it at Amazon as well.
Nice.
Nice.
Nicely done. Farrell, anything you want to plug?
I would, but I'm under NDA.
Oh.
If you follow me at Rich _T. No, I can't remember my Twitter. No, Rich T _27. I write really boring shit stuff.
Oh, fuck.
That's how you plug, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Tom.
I don't really have anything to plug. You can follow me on Instagram if you want.
Thank you for listening.
Boom.
If you want to hear more, you can follow us on Facebook,
Nice.
Quartal Recall, Instagram, Quartal Recall. That's
At.
one I recommend.
At Quarter Recall.
And Twitter, Quartal _Recall.
In your silk upholstered chair, talking to some rich folks that you know. Well, I hope you don't see me.
Do we have to not
I've
swear?
written down my words.
Aliens is a sweary film, and we can swear.
Not much.
Just don't go wild.
I don't think there's any F-bombs.
There's a few F-bombs in it.
They mostly come at fucking night.
Yeah, that's how I
Mostly.
remember it. They mostly fuck at fuck. Fucky. Something like that.
Okay.
Bend the
Whenever you're ready.
two- I can't get that.
My mum tells me I was named after that movie.
Really?
A movie about a rat that dies.
That's pretty sad. I had a pet rat.
You had a pet rat?
I had a pet rat, yeah, and it died, obviously, and that was brutal. Yeah, I had a pet rat called Houdini because he could get out of anything.
Except mortality.
Well, no, I got a good innings out of him. Managed to get him to like 3.5 years. Because I went to him one day and I was just like fucking around with him as usual. And I was like, that's a strange lump. That's odd. And then I was like, Mum, there's something up with udders, which is what I called him. Udders, because, Houdini's just such a stretch. And then, we took it to the vet, and then the vet was like, it's got a tumour, it's real common in rats.
Yeah.
How old's he? And then he's like 3.5 years. She was like, Jesus Christ, he's done well, this, that, and the other. And then this little tiny ball promptly swelled up to like the size of a snooker cue ball on this tiny little poor rat. And he just slowly died and withered. It was horrible. I cried. And then my dad told me I was an absolute pussy and to go bury it. I'm not in those words, but pretty much.
How old were you? 27 years old.
Yeah, no, I thought I was 15.
Yeah.
But I'd had him, we'd moved house and I'd had him, that type of shit.
I'm not really a fan of that Aliens film.
Anyway, yeah. Colonial Marines, the ultimate game, Chinese democracy, Guns N' Roses, we back.